On June 18, Iranian government sources for the first time reported the use of Sejjil medium-range ballistic missiles for strikes on targets, as part of the latest series of attacks by the Revolutionary Guard Corps under Operation True Promise 3. Developed from the early 2000s, the Sigil was one of Iran's first missile class which used a solid fuel composite, allowing it to be stored fully fueled, and thus minimizing its launch time. This made the missile and its associated launch vehicle far more survivable before firing, increasing the challenges for hostile aircraft, such as the Israeli fighters currently operating around Iranian airspace when seeking to target it. Following Iran's licensed production of the North Korean HWASONG-7 as the Shahab-3 from the late 1990s, which provided the country with its first medium-range ballistic missile capability, the Revolutionary Guard Corps reportedly procured longer-ranged North Korean HWASONG-10 ballistic missiles in the mid-2000s. The Hwasong the 10th of may have been intended as a stopgap until the indigenous Sejjil was ready for service. Multiple reports have indicated that the Sigil was developed with extensive North Korean assistance and made significant use of components from the East Asian country, at least for its initial production models. Subsequent further indigenization of production lines has been speculated. The Sigil was first test-launched in 2008 and began to enter service near the middle of the 2010s. The missile uses a solid fuel composite in both of its two stages and has a reported range of 2,500 kilometers, broadly equivalent to that of early variants of the HWASONG-10, while carrying a larger 700-kilogram payload. A number of sources have reported that the missiles can carry submunition warheads, with multiple Israeli sources reporting that some of the recently fired missiles have been equipped with such explosives for recent strikes. The Sejjil has been among the most secretive of Iran's missile programs, with its lack of a North Korean origin also being a factor limiting the details available. It is speculated, however, that the missile uses a maneuverable re-entry vehicle to better evade enemy air defenses, with such technologies having been exported to Iran and Syria by North Korea from the late 1990s in response to Israel's procurement of Patriot air defense systems at the time. At the time of the outbreak of hostilities between Iran and Israel, the Sejjil remained an ongoing program, with new more capable variants of the missile continuing to be developed. A number of sources reported that an intermediate-range ballistic missile, based on the Sejjil design, with an extended 4,000 kilometers range, is now under development, which would allow the Revolutionary Guard Corps to strike American and Allied military bases across much of Europe. Iran's ability to target distant American military facilities, the large majority of which lack ballistic missile defenses, is thought to have contributed to deterring American intervention to more actively aid Israel's ongoing offensives. A major shortcoming of Iran's missile arsenal is its lack of chemical or nuclear warheads, which has limited its potential compared to the arsenal fielded by North Korea and formerly by Syria. The considerable costs of delivering very long-range payloads, combined with the limited damage that can be done with 500 to 700 kilograms of conventional explosives, has limited the appeal of pairing very long-range missiles with conventional warheads. The Iranian civilian government has prohibited the development of unconventional warheads, which has been increasingly widely criticized domestically for